Ravenwood School of Magic must send a student wizard to participate in a spiral-wide tournament of magic. This tournament is a very prestigious event, a chance for students across the spiral to compete for their school's honor. The tournament is held at Pigswick Academy, a rival school to Ravenwood, located on the world of Wysteria. After reviewing all eligible students, Headmaster Ambrose and the other professors chose you to be our representative. You will need this ring to show that you're our champion, the student to defend Ravenwood's honor in the tournament.
Mr. Lincoln hands you a heavy ring with an emblem of Bartleby inscribed upon it.
Be sure to put that somewhere safe, mind you. Perhaps lock it away in a drawer. It's too precious to carry around loose. Now the spiral door will take you to Wysteria. When you get there, see the Pigswick Academy registrar, Mrs. Dowager. She'll get you set up and see that you're taken care of. Good luck.
Hello there. You must be our visiting wizard. Welcome to Pigswick Academy. I'll need to see your Ravenwood ring. Just a formality, of course.
You show Mrs. Dowager the ring Mr. Lincoln gave you. She inspects it and hands it back.
Excellent. Be sure to put that somewhere safe. You're here, of course, to build a sense of community between the different magic schools and to try to win the Spiral Cup. Go to the tournament hall to take a look at it. Then speak to Benedict Glendeming. He is both Master of Arms and our judge. You will probably need to demonstrate your skills in a qualifying match. So be on the ready. When you've passed the qualifying round, return to me and we'll get you sorted out. How exciting!
You inspect the Spiral Cup, the greatest prize in all the Spiral. It looks like it's been here a while.
Greetings, visitor. I am Benedict Glendeming, Master of Arms of Pigswick Academy. For years, I have taught magic and dueling. With my training, Pigswick students have won the Spiral Cup again and again. I am also the judge of this fine competition. My decisions are as fair as they are final. You come from Wizard City, no? You have my sympathy. Let us see if that charlatan Diego has taught you anything of worth. To qualify for the tournament, you must step into the Chamber of the Basilisk, if you will, and defeat Blaze Flamerender. There is no shame in defeat, so do not feel too badly if you do not succeed. Perhaps next year, no?
Well, well, well. A wizard of Ravenwood, huh? I'll go easy on ya. Wow! Go and tell Master Glendeming that you won the duel. I wasn't expecting much, but you certainly showed me a thing or two.
So Diego has stepped up his game, no? Very well then. You will not be going home just yet. The tournament consists of 4 rounds of duels, each round against a rival school. You must win each duel to proceed. See Mrs. Dowager outside. She will see to your accommodations within the student dormitory.
Good for you. It's been so long since a Ravenwood student competed. I was worried they'd given up teaching magic there. Now that we've determined you'll be staying to compete in the tournament, it's time to get you squared away. You should report to the student dormitory. There you can meet the students you will be matched against and introduce yourself. You'll be sharing quarters with Beatrice Wildwind, Kisai Shugenja, Nalia Doonstrider, and Randolph Spellshine. You should also take the opportunity to put your Ravenwood class ring away. There's a small dresser. It should be safe there.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. I'm Beatrice Wildwind from Weirwood. I look forward to crossing spells with you. Good luck.
Greetings, my fellow wizard. Please allow me to present myself. Kizai Shugenja, representing Mushu in this tournament. I have longed to pit my magical skills against one of the Ravenwood School wizards, so this is fortuitous indeed.
It's a pleasure to meet you, student of Ravenwood. I am called Nalia Dunestrider, and I come from a place called Mirage. I am unsurprised you have never heard of my world. It is a subtle place, an oasis in a desert of mystery. Perhaps we will speak more before the tournament.
You're the Wizard City representative? The tournament has really lowered its standards this time around, I suppose. You don't think you have a chance of winning, do you? The Spiral Cup isn't going anywhere, and I'll be the one to win it.
You place the Ravenwood class ring in the dresser. It should be safe here. You should report back to Mrs. Dowager.
I trust you had no trouble settling in. It's time you met the headmistress of Pigswick Academy, Belladonna Crisp. She makes a point of meeting all students. Please go to the headmistress's office and introduce yourself. Please don't be late. She's a strong believer in discipline.
I've been waiting. What kept you? I suppose you've been welcomed by Mrs. Dowager and passed Benedict's test, so let's dispense with the formalities. I'm not sure what claptrap and nonsense they fill your head with at Ravenwood, but at Pigswick Academy, we study real magic. The first order of business will be for you to go and meet the professors here. They're a top-notch group, without exception. I hope they can straighten out some of the foolishness Ambrose and his cronies may have passed along. The classrooms are located throughout the city. You should speak to everyone in whatever order you please. They are as follows. Professor Thaddeus Price, who teaches Tempest Magic. The Earth Professor is our very own Chester Drawls. Ember Magic is taught by Professor Anku. Edna Fuligan teaches Spirit, and Chaos is Hieronymus Bunch. Rounding out our faculty are Quentin Burble teaching Frost Magic, and Velma Pepper in the Equilibrium classroom. You look confused. You don't know those schools of magic. Speak to our faculty. Perhaps they can help.
Welcome to the School of Earth Magic, young wizard. From the look of the soil on your boots, you're from Wizard City, right? I am Professor Drawls. Chester Drawls. What? Why are you smirking? At any rate, I teach Earth Magic here at Pigswick Academy. Magic of ground, growth, and the untamed wild. Because my school is that of the Earth, I find it stifling to teach inside, so I lecture outside whenever possible. Other schools teach flights of fancy and arcane manipulation of ethereal flummery, but Earth Magic is the magic of the real. From Earth came all things, and eventually, all shall return to its clutches. Unless you have further questions, I really must return to my duties. So many papers to grade.
Hello there! Did I surprise you? I'll wager you're thinking, whoa, is that a Yeti? Teaching? I'd never expect that. Chaos! That's the sort of thing I teach here. I am Professor Hieronymus Bunch, and Chaos Magic is my school of specialization. Chaos is the magic of the unexpected, the unusual, the unpredictable. It defies logic and turns things downside up. Anything and everything you can imagine can be found in chaos, except order. Order is boring. You don't want to find that. We'll talk more later, I'm sure. Or am I? Well, hello there, my little friend. What brings you here? You want to learn about frost magic? You should talk to someone who knows then. Oh, that would be me. Caught me off guard, you did. Right. Where was I? I am Professor Quentin Purple at your service. You may have surmised that I am not from around these parts. I teach Pigswick Academy students about the nature of frost. Frost is fleeting and quick, a fragile and delicate thing. It appears rarely, but when it does, it forms crystals of amazing beauty and complexity. Frost is like magic in that. Do you understand frost magic now? Because I'm afraid I don't know more than that. I'm behind in my lesson preparation.
Why, hello there, young wizard. You have the look of a newcomer to Pigswick Academy. Welcome to my laboratory. I am Professor Velma Pepper, and I teach the magic of equilibrium. My school represents bringing order to the spiral. The natural world is full of confusion and disorganization, and thus it is the role of the equilibrium wizard to create harmony. We must use whatever tools we have in this important duty. All are equal, so long as they perform the task at hand. I trust that what I've taught you instills a semblance of order to your own worldview. Now, though, I must return to work.
Who dares disturb me? You must be here for the tournament, eh? Another of those tiresome Meet the Professors tours. Let me introduce myself, then. I am Professor Edna Fuligen, and I instruct Pigswick students in spirit magic. Spirit magic concerns the ghostly state that exists after life. We are students of the immaterial world. I've heard of problems with Professor Malastare back at Ravenwood. Maybe his assistant Dworgen will be better.
Greetings, O honored guest from Wizard City. I am Professor Anku, your humble servant and guide to Ember Magic. Ember Magic is about warmth and security. In the cold dark of the spiral, Ember is like a warm rock to stretch out on. Wizards who study Ember Magic are not very adventuresome and prefer the comforts of hearth and home. Ember Wizards are crafters, doctors, and cooks, using flame to forge artifacts, treat injuries, or bake cookies. So from the Ember we can learn much. Better to be safe and patient than to leap into action. I hope that explains things.
Greetings, young wizard. I am Professor Thaddeus Price, Professor of Tempest Magic. I suppose you're interested in learning something about Tempest Magic, right? Tempest Magic is about duality and hidden meaning. Like the tide, it's about the ebb and flow of life. The surface is stormy, to be sure, but beneath it is dark and quiet, and the waters are deep beyond imagining. I gather they teach a slightly different approach at Ravenwood, but I'm fairly certain that here we have it right.
Did the tour of our faculty help repair the inadequacies of your prior education? Perhaps when the tournament is over, you can transfer from Ravenwood to Pigswick and really learn something. I've heard that at Ravenwood, they teach you that the source of all magic is a tree, and it's in the center of your school. How awfully convenient that must be. Do they really expect you to believe such nonsense? At Pigswick Academy, We recognize that the source of all magic is a fountain, not a tree, and it's right here on campus. If you take a look at the fount of magic, you'll see the error of your ways. It's in the center of campus, not far from here. When you're finished, return here and let me know what you've observed. You're a student, so go on, learn something.
You examine the fount of magic. Looks like any other fountain. Something doesn't add up about this place.
Did you notice anything magical about the fount? I mean, surely you saw how it must be the one true source of magic. You know, we heard from Headmaster Ambrose that you were good at solving problems. I've a mind to put that to use. Go and speak with Captain O'Hare outside the gate to Pegasus Place. Tell him I sent you and that you're there to help.
Sorry, no admittance. Pegasus Place is off limits to students and faculty until further notice. Headmistress Crisp sent you. I'm not sure. If you're anything like the students here, I can't see how that will help. Still, if she vouches for you, then who am I to argue? Let me explain the problem and you see what you can do. Pegasus Place has been taken over by a fierce band of goblins. We don't know where they came from, or how to send them back. You'd be doing us a favor if you could jump in and thin the wood goblins' ranks. Make them think twice about staying. Can you go into Pegasus Place and defeat 6 wood goblins, and return to me when you're done? Be careful in there. You certainly sent some of them packing. Things might be a little safer now that they know not to mess with you. Our head gardener, groundskeeper Vern, is missing. Can you go back into Pegasus Place again and see if he's all right?
Why, hello. What are you doing here? This place isn't safe for students. Wysteria was once wild and overgrown with vines, but we cut them back and made this place a school, Pigswick Academy. I am groundskeeper Vern, head gardener around here. It is my job to know every inch of these streets and parks. These goblins and their hobgoblin overseers are new, arriving just when the tournament was to begin. They're not native to this world of Wysteria, so I would like to know where they came from. Since they arrived, some strange new plants have sprung up on Pegasus Place, and I suspect they're tied to the new visitors. Can you go and collect 3 samples of these strange plants, so I can do some research into their world of origin? Wonderful. I'll compare these to my field journal, Plants of the Spiral, and see what I can learn. With the guards afraid to enter Pegasus Place, the area's undefended. What's the area? Well, it's the stables where we raise Pegasi to be trained as mounts and gifted throughout the spiral. If you're up to it, could you check on Lap and Wing Tamer, the stable master of the area? The area's just down the street.
Whoa! I dared not hope anyone would come to find me with the goblin horde all around. I don't know who was crazy enough to send a kid into this place, but as far as I'm concerned, any help is welcome. My first concern is for the well-being of the Pegasi under my care. Can you help me see to their feeding? Unfortunately, the goblins came through and stole all of their food. I don't know why, because they don't even eat the stuff. Tell you what, if you want to help, you'll get back 5 bags of Pegasus feed. You'd be a lifesaver. Well, good work. That reminds me of an old joke. What do Pegasi like to eat? Flapjacks! Well, thanks for your help. I'd feel much better, though, if I were able to lock the Ares doors against the goblin horde. I left my keys inside, but they were stolen by the hobgoblins when they ransacked the place. Could you recover the stable keys from the hobgoblin who took them? When you get them, bring them back to me. You've done it. Thanks to you, the area will be secure. When the goblin horde first arrived, I did some scouting to see what was going on. I saw where they came from. The goblins sprung from a magical portal down the street. You should take a look at it and tell groundskeeper Vern.
You examine the magic portal. It would be risky to interfere with it without understanding it. You should describe it to groundskeeper Vern. Maybe he's figured out where those plants came from by now.
Those plants you collected for me earlier were listed as native to the world known as Weirwood. If the goblins are coming through a magic portal, then it stands to reason that they are from Weirwood as well. A student from Weirwood came to the tournament. Beatrice Wildwind, I think her name was. Maybe you've met her. Maybe you can ask her if she knows anything about this magic portal. I'd hate to think she was responsible, but best to check.
What's that? A magic portal? From my world? It can't be! From what you describe, the plant is wild viridian. It grows native to Weirwood, where I come from. The goblins like to use it as a seasoning, so they plant it wherever they go. If it's here on Wysteria, it's their doing. A goblin portal is dangerous to meddle with, but I know of an incantation that can close it, never to return. We'll need some ingredients for the incantation, and those can be found in the Merchant Street, here in Pigswick Academy. Here's a list of ingredients. Visit the merchants listed and return to me when you have the items on my list.
Beatrice copies a list of ingredients from her spell book and gives it to you. Some of these items seem a little strange.
A spindle of enchanted thread, spun from fog and spiderweb? I have that right here.
A crystal? Made of the dried tears of a cyclops? Those are on special this week.
Rainbow ink from a sky squid. You're in luck. The shipping from Imperia just came in.
Some adamant metal filings? Sure, I have that laying around. I usually throw it back in the kiln to melt again.
A flask of breath caught from a night gaunt? I'm pretty sure I have one somewhere. You're welcome to it.
There, that should do it. Bad news. I looked at my spell book and I realized I have the ingredients for the ritual, but I don't have the incantation. They should have a copy of it at the library here in Pigswick Academy. Could you go to the library and get it? I think the librarian is named Hugo Chatterley. Tell him it's of utmost importance.
An incantation to dispel a goblin portal? That's not exactly the sort of spell we let new students meddle with. That's in the restricted collection. I can only release the incantation with the permission of the headmistress. Speak to Headmistress Crisp and return to me with a permission slip. It's but a formality, but rules are rules.
What's this? I send you to help Captain O'Hare, and the next I hear from you, you're talking about dispelling goblin portals? Very well then. I'm getting a clear picture of how Ambrose runs his school. And believe me, it's not a pretty picture. Take this back to Chatterley and tell him he's to help you to the best of his abilities. Is that all?
Headmistress Crisp hands you a permission slip for you to access the incantations book that you need.
Excellent. I took the liberty of copying the incantation you need while you were speaking with Headmistress Crisp. Use it with caution.
Hugo Chatterley hands you a strip of parchment paper with the incantation written carefully upon it.
Wonderful! I hope it wasn't any trouble. If you're the only one who has permission to enter Pegasus Place, you'll have to perform the incantation yourself. Just take the items you collected from the merchants and the incantation you got from the library and follow the instructions. You should check in with groundskeeper Vern before you do anything. He should know what to expect if it goes badly. Don't worry, you'll be fine. I hope.
You came back? Don't you realize this place is doomed? You brought a means of dispelling the magic portal? And all of the ingredients? Let me see that. There is a problem. The final ingredient in the spell requires the soul stone of the leader of the goblin horde. The goblins have spoken fearfully of Lord Graustark. I suspect that whoever he is, he's lurking in the tower down the street. You should go and defeat this Lord Graustark and collect his soul stone, the source of his magic. Only then can you use the incantation to dispel the portal. Return to me when you have done that impossible deed.
Is it time already for my afternoon snack? I don't remember placing an order for Wizard, but you'll do.
You find a small, gleaming gem, shimmering with power. This must be the Soul Stone groundskeeper Vern spoke of. You follow the instructions in the incantation, using the items you gathered and the Soul Stone to power it. When you finish the incantation, the magic portal vanishes. No more goblins will come through it.
By the great tree, you've done it! Lord Graustark will trouble this street no longer. You should tell Headmistress Crisp the wonderful news. Be proud of what you've accomplished.
What's that? You've impressed me. Maybe you've been able to learn a thing or two about magic, despite your training. Though your aid in the Pegasus Place matter is appreciated, it will not affect your participation in the tournament. Speaking of, it is time for you to report to Mrs. Dowager. The first round of magical dueling is about to commence.
Why, hello again. I hope you've had a relaxing time settling in. Look at the time. The tournament should commence soon. Oh, but I've yet to give the students copies of the tournament rules. Could you be a dear and help me out? I need you to go give copies of the rules to each of the competitors. Here is one for your own use, and copies for Beatrice Wildwind, Kisai Shugenja, Nalia Dunstrider, and Randolph Spellshine. You can find them all in the student dormitory. Return to me when you've given them their tournament rules.
The tournament rules? Thank you. It'll be great to duel. I can't wait to see what you've got. Can you help me? I went to look around, but I suspect that one...
Most excellent. I was concerned about the lack of formalities. I will now meditate on the coming duel. Muda's smile upon you.
You have my thanks. It is wise for them to enforce rules to this tournament, best for the safety of all.
Rules? I don't need any stinking rules. I've got this tournament in the bag.
Thank you. Now that that little matter is out of the way, we can get started. It is what you came here for, after all. Before you compete for the Spiral Cup, there is a time-honored tradition students have when they want good luck for a test. You should go into the tournament hall and knock on the Spiral Cup. It rings like a bell. But now it is time for your first magical duel. Off now, and good luck.
The Spiral Cup is missing. How could that be? Maybe Benedict Glendemming knows what has happened.
There you are. I noticed the Spiral Cup was missing, and I wanted to see how you would react to that. This is quite suspicious. With the Spiral Cup missing, the tournament will be a mockery. Pigswick Academy will be known as the school that lost the prize. You should inform Mrs. Dowager about this. She will know what to do.
The what is what? Do not worry overmuch. I am certain that the Spiral Cup will turn up sometime soon. It must just be a terrible mistake. If it was taken deliberately, it was undoubtedly the work of someone attempting to discredit Pigswick Academy. No matter. Even without the cup, the tournament must continue without delay. Please report to Benedict in the tournament hall to start.
Mrs. Dowager is right. The Spiral Cup is but a prize. What is important is the skill and courage that wins it. We will see about finding the cup in due course. But now it is time for your duel. You are matched against Kisai Shugenja, our representative from Mushu. You must face one another in the Hall of the Hydra.
Greetings, O honorable opponent. Though I will defeat you, I hold for you the greatest respect. You were the worthiest opponent I have yet dueled. I have learned much from this encounter, and I thank you for the lesson.
You are the victor? I am surprised. Young Shugenja is quite the duelist. Perhaps Diego taught you something after all. On the matter of the disappearance of the Spiral Cup, I have examined the area and made an important finding. Congratulations on your victory. You should tell Mrs. Dowager what has transpired, and deliver this to her, will you?
Benedict hands you a small sealed pouch with his stamp upon it.
The first round goes to Ravenwood. What's this? A pouch from Glendemming? Let me see what's inside. It is vitally important that someone tell Headmistress Crisp that the Spiral Cup has been misplaced. Can you do it? Report to her office and let her know that we are still searching for it. Please give this pouch to her and do not open it.
I heard about your victory in the first round. But what's this I hear about the spiral cup? And what's in that little pouch? Benedict Glendemming has sent me a piece of evidence that points to the identity of the one who made away with the spiral cup. Before I make any accusations, I would like you to go to the student dormitory and bring your Ravenwood ring back here. It is probably in the small dresser you were assigned. Please do fetch it at once.
You searched the dresser for the Ravenwood ring Mr. Lincoln gave you, but it is missing.
Missing, was it? Exactly as I thought. Is this what you were looking for?
Headmistress Crisp opens the small pouch from Benedict, and out falls your school ring.
Glendemming claims this was found at the scene of the crime. It seems highly suspicious. Almost too easy? Headmaster Ambrose must wish to regain the spiral cup, so I wonder if he has sent you to take it by trickery. Still, leaving such an obvious clue at the scene of the crime is such a dunder-headed move, even for a student of Ravenwood. Despite the loss of the spiral cup, the tournament will not be stopped, which means you must return to the tournament hall. Speak with Master Glendemming and see who you are due to compete with next. Return to me when you have completed your match.
Headmistress Crisp wants to continue the tournament. Very well, then. Your next duel is in the Hall of the Harpy. I have drawn lots to see who you will compete with. This round, you must pit your magic skills against Beatrice Wildwind. Speak to her once you get inside the Hall of the Harpy, and begin when you are both ready. The winner must report back to me.
Are you ready to begin? I haven't come all the way from Weirwood to lose this match, so don't expect any mercy. Though. Maybe I'll have better luck next year. I'm sure Master Glendemming will want to hear the outcome of the duel. Can you tell him?
You won! Congratulations! Though this does not clear you from suspicion. Report back to Headmistress Crisp in her office. I'm sure she has more questions for you.
You've returned, with the air of victory about you. Very impressive. If you wish to prove your innocence, you'll need to do a bit of detective work. Go to the tournament hall and inspect the area where the spiral cup was taken, where Benedict claimed to find your ring. Inspect the area. See if you can find anything that proves you aren't the culprit. Return to me with your findings.
You find a few tiny leaves, pieces of bark, and some strands of vine. They don't look like they belong here.
That may have been tracked in by the thief. The clues you found might help us determine the guilty party. Perhaps someone tracked in those bits of leaf and bark. Groundskeeper Vern knows all there is to know about the plants found on Wysteria, the world of Pigswick Academy. Maybe he can help you. Take those scraps of plant to Groundskeeper Vern on Pegasus Place, and tell me what you learn.
Let me take a look at those. That plant isn't anything native to Wysteria. Ask Professor Drawers, outside the Earth classroom. He'll know.
Very interesting. Where did you find this, you say? It looks like the mysterious new growth that overruns all of Tanglewood Way, but there is no way to be sure. Pity the street is closed off to all students. The spiral cup will never be recovered, and Pigswick will suffer for it. I suggest returning to Headmistress Crisp and telling her that this investigation is at a dead end.
No one was able to identify the mysterious pieces of plant? Most suspicious. All of us at Pigswick Academy must maintain decorum in this trying time, and that means continuing with the tournament. To the tournament hall with you, then, where you must meet with Master Glendemming and compete in your next match. Return here when you have completed your duel to continue our investigation into the Spiral Cup's disappearance.
I'm afraid your duel is delayed. You must face Naria Doonstrider in the Hall of the Spectre, but she is nowhere to be found. Can you go to the student dormitory and see if she is still there? Warn her that if she does not show, the duel is forfeit.
I'm ruined. My wand. I lost it somewhere and I can't compete without it. I know we're competitors, but can you help me? I was with Randolph Spellshine when I lost it. My world of Mirage has few plants, and I wanted to see Tanglewood Way. Randolph agreed to help me sneak in to see the street, but it was full of strange and scary tree people. I had to flee. Maybe Randolph Spellshine knows where my lost wand might be. Could you speak to him and see if he saw where I lost it?
Really? Nalia has lost her wand? It's a miracle she noticed at all. What kind of wizard loses their wand? Sure, she dropped it in Tanglewood Way when she fled in fear. I suppose I could have said something, but why would I? If she can't keep track of her wand, and it harms her in the tournament, more power to the rest of us, eh? Go and tell Nalia her wand is still there in Tanglewood Way, if she's brave enough to go get it on her own.
It's on Tanglewood Way? Oh no, I can't go back there. When Randolph Spellshine and I went into Tanglewood Way, we convinced Lieutenant Roger to let us through the gate. Could you go and see if Lieutenant Roger will let you into Tanglewood Way so you can find and return my missing wand?
Hold it right there. No one else will enter this street. 2 students got in earlier and they barely escaped. If you're looking for a missing wand, you might ask Sergeant Harvey over there. He may have seen it before we closed the way.
Sorry, I haven't seen any wand, but then I wasn't really looking when I turned tail and ran right out of there. If you want to go into Tanglewood Way and find that lost wand, there's a small crack in the wall. You can wriggle right through.
This looks like it might belong to Nalia. You should check in with Sergeant Harvey, then take it back. Looking around, you notice a lot of greenery that looks suspiciously like the plants you found in the tournament hall.
You found it. Good work, that. I'm sure Nalia Doonstrider will want to see it back soon.
My wand! I've been beside myself with worry. Thank you so much. Now that I've got my wand, I'm ready to duel. You should go tell Master Glendemming that I'll be there shortly. I'll see you in the tournament hall in the Hall of the Spectre.
So, Nalia Doonstrider will be gracing us with her presence, will she? I applaud you for your sportsmanship. If she had not shown up for the duel, you would have won by default. Go to the Hall of the Spectre and show her what you're worth. And return to me when the duel is completed.
Once again, I thank you for your effort recovering my lucky wand. I will not pull any punches in our duel, though. I am indebted to you. You showed me courtesy and sportsmanship, and still you defeated me soundly. Tell Master Glendemming that you were the winner today. Good luck to you. I hope you are the one who wins the tournament.
You just might take the prize. I'm watching the standings of all other competitors, and you're one of the few unbeaten wizards. I trust Headmistress Crisp has more business with you. Business concerning the recovery of the Spiral Cup.
I'm astonished. You're doing quite well. Would that Wizard City had seen fit to compete these past few years. So, you claim to have seen something like those pieces of plant from the tournament hall in Tanglewood Way, right? I think the logical choice is to report to Sergeant Harvey at Tanglewood Way and see if he can help you learn more.
I knew you'd be back before too long. I can't help you with the green men who've overrun Tanglewood Way, even if you're sure they took the Spiral Cup. I suggest defeating several of them and seeing if they drop pieces of leaf, bark, and vine like the ones you found. Go into Tanglewood Way. When you've gathered some of that evidence, bring it back to me and we'll compare.
You notice that all of the creatures on this street move and act as if they're part of a single being.
Let's see what you've gathered. It looks like the scraps you took from the green men match those from the tournament hall. Why would they steal the Spiral Cup? When the green men first appeared, groundskeeper Vern studied them a bit. Maybe he can tell you more.
I don't know much more than you do, but the Earth magic instructor, Professor Drawers, is the real expert on the green men. He did a lot of work in Tanglewood Way examining them when they first appeared. He ordered the street to be closed. Go speak to him outside his classroom. Drawers should help you get to the bottom of things.
I was afraid you'd discover that the green men were involved. This isn't good at all. This is a most distressing turn of events. Still, I have just the thing to deal with the green men and recover the Spiral Cup. Step into my classroom, won't you? And let's see if we can't get you straightened out. I hadn't anticipated you discovering my connection to the green men so soon. You won't leave here to warn the others. Now that I have been defeated, I can think for myself. Let me get out of this place. Speak to me in the street. I've never been so thankful for a drubbing, let me tell you. The magical defeat you inflicted has broken the enthrallment Lord Bramble has over me for a while. I will tell you what I can before his spell reasserts itself. Lord Bramble is the culprit. the one behind the theft. Lord Bramble wants to reclaim all of Wysteria to the wild, overgrown state it was before Pigswick Academy was founded. He wants to discredit Pigswick and to pit Ravenwood against it. That is why he chose to have me frame you for the theft. You must go to Tanglewood Way and defeat Lord Bramble in his tower. He has my soul trapped in a wooden doll. Bring it to me. It may be that he still has the spiral cup in his keeping. If it has not been smashed to bits, it will be in Bramble's tower.
I knew that Drawers was weak and would fail me, but I did not expect him to fall to a mere child. Come and face your doom.
Lord Bramble drops a small wooden doll, the one Professor Drawers spoke of. And there it is, the spiral cup.
You have defeated Lord Bramble and put a stop to his madness. And with that wooden doll, my soul is now mine again. Go tell Headmistress Crisp that the spiral cup is recovered, and the dastardly plot is at an end.
Well, well, well. You have been busy. I'm relieved to put the matter of the missing spiral cup behind us, and I apologize for our suspicions. Could you be so kind as to return the cup to the tournament hall and to speak to Master Glendemming about your final match?
You return the spiral cup to its proper place.
I thank you for restoring the spiral cup to its rightful place. Though you have proved a worthy duelist, I feel it will stay here. The student you face for your final round of the tournament is none other than Randolph Spellshine. Randolph is my greatest pupil, the finest student I have ever taught in all of my years at Pigswick Academy. Still, you must at least attempt the formality of the duel. Go to the Hall of the Gorgon to face your defeat.
Didn't think you'd show up. Well, you've had a good run, but this is where you meet your better. I know when I'm beaten, though I can barely believe it. You're a better wizard than I am. Go and tell Master Glendemming that you've defeated... I know when I'm beaten, though I can barely believe it. You're a better wizard than I am, by far. Go and tell Master Glendemming that you've defeated the best that Pigswick Academy has to offer.
Unbelievable! This hall will be the emptier for the lack of the cup that has adorned it for so long. Go and tell Headmistress Crisp that Pigswick's record is broken, and that Ravenwood is the winner now.
How does that feel? I can't say I'm pleased to see the spiral cup leaving our care, but it truly went to the best wizard in the tournament. Return to Wizard City and tell Headmaster Ambrose of your victory. But remind him that next year, we will take the cup back.
How was your term abroad? Very interesting. Oh, you've done your school proud and showed them what true wizards are made of. Extra credit for you.